Welcome to week 2 of VBA. This week what we're going to do is build on the really basic VBA skills that we learned last week and build them into really advanced VBA skills and look at some advanced techniques that are used in VBA. Now the first one we're going to look at is functions. Now you've probably seen functions before in Excel generally. Anytime you do something like equals sum, you type in equals sum or equals average, things like that. They're all functions. They're Excel functions. But they exist within Excel. What you can use VBA to do is to define your own function. You can build brand new functions and put them into Excel. And that's what we're going to do in this first problem 1a. We're going to create a function. Because we want to build a function that what it does is it gets a parameter, whatever parameter we enter. Here we've got 1.25, but whatever number we have, multiply it by 3 and add 1. So that's what we want this function to do. So to build this function, we go into VBA. And now the important thing is with functions, you build functions in a module. You don't build them in this workbook. So last week we did all our subroutines, all our macros in this workbook. This week, functions, you build them in modules. Okay, that's a key difference. So in module 1, double click on that, and then we can start running our function. So we type function because it's a function. We're going to call it function 1, and in brackets you have to put, so you put the name of the function first, and then in brackets you put the inputs to the function. So here we're just going to have a parameter, right, which is that 1.25. So we go function 1 parameter, so that's the output and that's the inputs. So then we go, and then we have to write the formula for what function 1 is equal to. So function 1 equals parameter times 3 plus 1. Okay, so function 1 equals parameter times 3 plus 1. That's the formula. And that's it, we've built our function. So now if we go back into Excel, we can insert this function. So click on that cell there where we want to enter it and go equals function 1, and then in brackets put our input. So our input there is at 1.25. So click on that, go enter, and then there you go. It's multiplied it by 3 and added 1, which will get you 4.75. Alright, now the next step is with problem 1b here, we want to create a same function, but we want to use a real world one here. So that was just a kind of made up function. Here's a real one, which is cost of capital. So the formula for cost of capital is cost of capital equals risk-free rate plus beta multiplied by the market return minus the risk-free return. That's our formula there. We want to build this in Excel and in VBA. So I'll build this, so we'll go function, we'll call it cost of capital. And again, we need to put all the inputs. So here we've got, so before we only had one input, but now we've got multiple inputs. So we do risk-free, comma, market return, comma, beta, comma. So that defines that you've got 3 separate inputs there to get cost of capital. And then we can just put the formula in the next line. So we'll go cost of capital equals, so we're just copying the formula that we've given there. So cost of capital equals risk-free plus beta times market return minus risk-free. So that's built our function. Now again, we just need to go into the cell where we want to put it, go equals cost of capital, and now we just have to put in the 3 different inputs. So we've got risk-free rate, put a comma, market return, put a comma, and beta. So there are 3 inputs, and that's it. We hit enter, and it'll calculate it. 8.8% is the cost of capital. And that's it. That's how you build a function and apply it in VBA.